So we are now logged into Vote Builder. You should see a screen that looks pretty similar to this. It may not be exactly the same depending on your permissions, but it should look similar. At the top, we have two tabs. We have My Voters and we have My Campaign. To give you a brief overview of the difference between the two tabs, My Voters is the voter file, which is what we're in right now. It is a list of every registered voter in the state alongside vote history and demographic data, as well as contact information. The majority of the work that any campaign or central committee will be doing is going to happen on the My Voters side of Van, where campaigns are going to be able to create lists for phone and text banks, door knocking, and mail programs. My Campaign, on the other hand, so clicking into it, is a volunteer management database. It looks almost exactly the same as My Voters, but just know that this is a volunteer management database. You can use it to track your volunteers, you can use it to track your events. All of that kind of work is going to be happening in My Campaign. Basically, you'll add contacts as you recruit volunteers and activists to your campaign. By default, this database is going to be blank. So you're going to add volunteers as you go. If you're a smaller campaign, you may not necessarily find this to be completely useful, and that's okay. Maybe you have three or four, core volunteers, and you don't need a database to track that. That is completely fine. You should feel free to just use My Voters then. My Campaign really becomes critical when you are a larger campaign with a lot of volunteers. Let's go ahead and head back over to My Voters, but that is the difference between My Voters and My Campaign.